So question letter B, evaluate the effective pressure in kilopascal after the lowering of the water table. So here you can see that the water surface is at the mid height of the sand, and the total distance of the sand is 15.2, and the saturated part of the sand is 7.6, and the upper portion of the sand without the presence of water is 7.6. So based on our question, the degree of saturation of the sand above the water table was lowered to 20%. So we can say that the degree of saturation is 20, or 0 point S is equals to 0.2. And that 0.2, we can solve our gamma moist that is needed in solving this question. So in solving our gamma moist, we're going to use now our calculator or technique, that's mode 3.2. And you can see here that there is X and Y area. The X part is the degree of saturation. And the Y part is the unit weight. So let's, and also we're going to use our gamma dry, that is 18.2 kilonewton per cubic meter, and our gamma sat. So gamma dry, that's 0% for our degree of saturation, and its unit weight is 21.2. And for our gamma saturated, that is equals to 1. And I'm sorry, the gamma dry is 18.2. 18.2, and the gamma saturated, that is 21. So let's click CA, apps, then regression, and 5 the y hat. And we're gonna put our 0.2 to, because that's 20%, lower to 20%. So click equals, that's 18.8 kilonewton per cubic meter. That is our gamma moist. So our gamma moist is equals to 18.8 kilonewton per cubic meter. Since we have now our gamma moist, let's rewrite it. Gamma moist is equals to 18.8 kilonewton per cubic meter. And now we have our, since we have our now gamma moist, we can solve the effective pressure. So for the moist part, the effective, the total pressure, that's just gamma moist times height. So PT, first let's gonna put our uh, formula. That's P effective is equals to, for PT moist plus the PT total pressure of the sand submerged minus the pore water for the sand plus the total pressure of the clay minus clay minus the pore water at the clay. We can simplify it and use this formula. So PT moist, so we can just use gamma moist times the height. plus gamma sat minus gamma water times height plus this is for the sand. That's again so gamma sat minus gamma water times height of clay. And we're gonna input now the data 18.8 times 7.6, 18.8 kilonewton per cubic meter times 7.6 meters plus the saturated unit weight of the clay, that's 21.2 kN per cubic meter minus 9.81 kN over cubic meter times the height, that is fully submerged, that's 7.6 meters, plus the saturated unit weight of the clay, that's 18.8 kilonewton per cubic meter minus 9.81 kN over cubic meter times distance from the mid-height, that's 3.8 meters. And we can now calculate using here our calculate mode 1. That's 18.8 times the height of the unsaturated part, 7.6, plus 21.2 minus 9.81 times the height, that's 7.6, plus 18.8 minus 9.81 times 3.8. And we can now have the answer of 263.60.06. Or in others, or we can say that we have an answer of P effective, which is 263.61 kN over meter squared or kPa. Our answer is letter B.